With so much US focus being on South Africa, especially with US President Donald Trump running the administration, our South African politicians and people that have vested interests in the country, like all the citizens of the country, were appalled when President Cyril Ramaphosa asked for Iran not to take part in the recent maneuvers that happened near Simonstown in Cape Town, where Russia, China, Iran, South Africa was involved, and a few other BRICS countries that were observers, so they had observer status. And in an article in Daily Maverick, there were military experts that called for Angie Motshekga to be fired by President Cyril Ramaphosa. And this is quite a serious thing. Firstly, when I heard that Angie Motshekga was appointed as a Minister of Defense, it was shock and horror. I mean, I couldn't believe that she would be picked, considering what she was like as Minister of Education, where we clearly rose up against the Education Department at the time that wanted to implement something in the schools, especially the CSE, that most people were opposed to. And we fought back against them, and we won when Angie Motshekga actually backed off. Now, the military experts are asking for Cyril Ramaphosa to fire her. It's his prerogative. And in this headline, it says Ramaphosa should fire Motshekga and all top officers involved in the Iran fiasco, as they call it. And these are military experts. I have actually communicated with one of these experts before, and I might actually contact him and ask him for an interview specifically around this, because I think people need to understand strategically how bad this makes South Africa look. Whether we agree to have Iran in these drills or not, the situation in the world right now is literally on a knife's edge with regards to US, the United States and South Africa, and how they see South Africa as a country. We've already been called an enemy of the United States by Senator Kennedy in a hearing in the United States Senate. So this is not a place where you want to make things worse. So President Cyril Ramaphosa, understanding this, after the US Embassy reached out to him, asked Angie Motshekga to give instructions that Iran withdraws from the naval drills and only get involved as a bystander or an onlooker that is present, like many of the other BRICS countries. And it says here that military experts urge President Cyril Ramaphosa to dismiss Defense Minister Motshekga and SANDF leaders for failing to ensure his order to withdraw Iranian warships during joint exercises. Now, I think they're putting this pressure on him because maybe they're not exactly sure if he actually gave the orders or whether he's claimed that he has given the orders. I don't know this for sure. You would need to see what Angie Motshekga says, and will she take the fall for it? Will he keep her in office? Will he actually decide to get rid of her? As I've said in a video last week, that she has now appointed a board to try and investigate why these instructions were not followed. And here it says Defense Minister Angie Motshekga, SA National Defense Force, SANDF Chief General Rudzani Mapwanya, SANDF Chief of Joint Operations. So this is what is applicable now. It's a joint operations, Lieutenant General Siphiwe Lucky Samgweni and SA Navy Chief Vice Admiral Mondi Lobisi should all be fired for last week's fiasco when Iranian Navy ships participated in the joint naval exercise. They call it Wolf for Peace 2026. Now, the US doesn't see it that way. They don't see any peace in these exercises, and this happened off Simonstown despite President Cyril Ramaphosa having ordered their withdrawal, say the military experts. That's, of course, the withdrawal of Iran. They believe that Lobisi should not take the rap on his own. So at the moment, what they think is going to happen is that only Lobisi is going to be rapped on the knuckles, the Navy chief. But here it is explained that the Navy chief, when it comes to joint operations, relinquishes command to make sure that the joint exercises can take place, and that falls under Lieutenant General Siphiwe Lucky Samgweni. So he is the chief of joint operations. On Friday, Motshekga announced she was appointing a board of inquiry, as I mentioned earlier, into the incident, which is preposterous. She said she clearly communicated to all parties concerned, and maybe she did, agreed upon and to be implemented and adhered to as such, that those instructions were not obeyed. So the other question that's arising here is because of Lubisi's previous statements, that's the Navy chief, against the government and saying that they don't care about sovereignty, they don't care about the naval infrastructure, etc., that he maybe just went against their orders. Russia, China, South Africa, the UAE and Iran actively participated in the exercise. The UAE wasn't really mentioned in the mainstream media before from 9 to 16th of January. So they ended last week Friday with some other nations of the BRICS group observing. And this is what Cyril asked, is that Iran now becomes an observer. But they actually used 3 of their ships, 2 support ships and a frigate, to actually take part in the exercises. On 9th of January, Ramaphosa ordered Iran's withdrawal. So it was an order, and remember, he's the chief of the South African National Defence Force. From the exercise after being alerted by the US Embassy about how badly Iran's participation would be viewed in Washington. Which means that Cyril is actually caring about this, or appears to care about this if he gave this instruction, considering AGOA and many other things being negotiated at the moment, us being called an enemy of the United States especially. With regards to Vice Admiral Lubisi, it would be unjust and inaccurate to lay the blame for this entirely on his shoulders while leaving the Minister of Defence, Chief of the SANDF and Chief of Joint Operations unscathed, said Darren Olivier, Director of the African Defence Review. So Darren understands what is happening on the ground. He has his ear on the ground with what is happening with many of the operations within the South African National Defence Force. So he speaks from an informed position. He said that in exercises or operations of this nature, and this is key, service chiefs like Lubisi no longer had direct command of the forces they committed. This is why he's saying you can't just blame Lubisi. At the start of the exercise, his forces and equipment were transferred to the command of the Chief of Joint Operations and only handed back once their part in the exercise or operation is completed. But he's asking for all of them to be fired, while Lubisi did still have options available to him. Once he became aware the order was not being followed, he does not have primary responsibility. So there's more people involved in this mess. So I wonder if Cyril is actually in charge, and this is something we do need to consider. Darren then speaks about the fact that civilians should always be in charge of the South African National Defence Force or any defence force. That happens via the electoral process, which in our country is a complete sham. If you look at the electoral system, which in the end the parliament elects the president of the country, we don't elect him, and he then makes decisions with regards to this. So yes, just all round problematic. I will keep you updated as to how this pans out, because this is going to send shockwaves if he fires all 4 of these people, including Minister Angie Motshekga, through the ANC. The African National Congress is going to get a huge hit if this should take place. So I really can't wait to hear what happens, or whether this will just be smeared under the rug. But we need to think about how it affects us as South Africans. And the previous article I did on the US claiming that we are trying to supply secret military strategical information and technology to China, to the Chinese Liberation Army, is bad news. On top of this, and it's now being turned into a South Africa is the enemy of the US, not only the enemy of the US, but that we are strategically trying to undermine US sovereignty and the safety of their troops, etc. So you will find a link to this article in the description below this video, as well as in the first comment. The article further speaks of a witch hunt, etc. You can go and read all about it. But in the end, how does it affect you and me? AGOA will affect prices of South African produce going to the US. They have to pay the levies on that side. So the US consumers are suffering right now, irrespective of what Donald Trump is saying, because the costs are being transferred to them. The people are still importing our products, and maybe he has misjudged how long it takes for you to grow citrus trees so that you can supply oranges. So citrus, you need to get it from somewhere if you don't have enough supply within your country. For instance, I'm just using one example. So it's not as straightforward as Donald Trump thinks, but maybe he doesn't care about things like that, or the people on the ground in the US with regards to things like this, and maybe it'll hurt them in the midterms. But at the end of the day, South African exporters will be influenced. Less of their supplies will be bought with these sanctions, tariffs being put on the country. My greatest concern is that the US sees South Africa as a place where they need to intervene more than just by financial means. They've already withdrawn a lot of their support for the country, especially within the medical industry, which they have an absolute right to do. However, when it comes to normal economics, shipping of items, trade between countries, becomes a completely different ballgame. And we will see how this plays out, and I will keep you updated with regards to that. Please subscribe to this channel if you want more information like this, if you want to track stories like this. Thanks so much to those of you that are members on the channel. Do consider becoming a member and supporting what we are doing on this channel. Do click the bell icon so that you can get notifications for future content. And just remember, stay free. Thanks so much. Till the next video.